Have you ever prayed and felt nothing? No sign, no answer, no movement, just silence. You asked God for direction, for healing, for breakthrough, for clarity, and instead you got quiet. And if you're honest, the silence feels personal. It feels like maybe you were overlooked. Maybe you weren't spiritual enough. Maybe God moved on to someone stronger, more faithful, more deserving. But what if the silence isn't rejection? What if it's construction? We live in a world that expects instant responses, instant messages, instant updates, instant results. But God does not operate on notification speed. He operates on transformation, and transformation takes time. The silence you're experiencing is not absence. It is preparation. God is not ignoring you. He is building something in you that cannot be rushed, and what He is building is stronger than what you're asking for. There is a pattern all throughout Scripture. God does His greatest work in hidden seasons. Think about Joseph. In the book of Genesis, Joseph was given a dream from God, but before the palace came the pit, before leadership came betrayal, before influence came prison. For years, it looked like God had forgotten him. But book of Genesis 50:20 says, "You meant evil against me, but God meant it for good." What felt like abandonment was positioning. Or consider David. Before he became king in first book of Samuel, he was alone in fields, tending sheep, hidden, overlooked, unnoticed. Yet the hidden field became his training ground. Even Jesus spent 30 years in obscurity before 3 years of ministry. God is not afraid of slow preparation. I once heard a testimony of a man who prayed for promotion for 5 years. Doors kept closing. Later he realized, had God answered earlier, his character would have crushed the opportunity. Delay protected him. Your delay may be protecting you too. This season is not punishment, it is preparation. There is something powerful about seasons, where nothing seems to move. They reveal what is really inside you. In waiting, you discover whether your faith depends on results or on Christ. Book of Isaiah 40:31 says, "But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength." Notice it doesn't say they that rush. It doesn't say they that control. It says they that wait. Waiting in God's kingdom is not passive. It is active trust. It is choosing to pray when you feel unheard, choosing obedience when you see no reward, choosing faith when emotions scream doubt. I remember a woman who shared her story after years of infertility. She said the hardest part wasn't the delay. It was watching others receive what she prayed for. But in that waiting, she said she learned to love God for who He is, not only for what He gives. And when her breakthrough finally came, she said something powerful. God didn't just answer my prayer, He changed me. That is what preparation looks like. God is not ignoring you. He is refining your faith so it can carry the blessing. On the cross, Jesus Himself cried out, my God, why have you forsaken me?" Gospel of Matthew 27:46. In that moment, heaven seemed silent, but that silence was not abandonment. It was redemption in motion. 3 days later, the silence broke with resurrection power. Sometimes what feels like the end is actually the turning point. Book of Romans 8:28 reminds us, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him." Not some things, not easy things, all things. That includes the closed doors, the unanswered prayers, the nights you cried without understanding why. Silence does not mean God has stepped away. It means He is working in ways you cannot yet see. If Christ endured silence and brought life from it, He can bring purpose from yours. And if you believe that today, stay with me, because what comes next may change how you see your waiting forever. What if this season is not about the door you're asking God to open, but about the person He is shaping you to become? Book of James 1:3-4 says, "The testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work, so that you may be mature and complete, lacking nothing." Not because life is perfect, but because your faith is anchored. One day you may look back and realize the silence strengthened you, the delay disciplined you, the waiting deepened you. And what once felt like neglect was actually divine attention. God is not ignoring you. He sees every tear. He hears every whispered prayer. He knows the weight you carry. And if you are still holding on, that alone is proof He is holding you. If this message spoke to you, let it encourage someone else. Like this video so more people can find hope. Share it with someone who feels forgotten. And subscribe to God is Here, so we can continue growing in faith together. You are not unseen. You are not forgotten. You are being prepared. And God is here.